What happened?
It's okay.
In the pool! Ben can't swim!
Primate director, Johannes Roberts, who also co-wrote. Writers, Johannes Roberts and Ernest Riera Production Company. Studio, 18 Ertstes Productions. Distributed by Paramount Pictures Art Country. United States language, English release date. January 9, 2026, US-wide theatrical cast sum. Of the main cast members, Johnny Sequoia as Lucy Jessica. Alexander as Hannah Troy Kotzer as Adam. He is an Oscar winner. Victoria Wyant as Kate Gia Hunter as Aaron Benjamin. Chung as Nick Charlie Mann as Drew. Among the cast is also Chimpanzee Ben, the pet animal at the center. Plot overview. Here's the publicly available plot summary. Group of friends' tropical vacation turns into a terrifying, primal tale of horror and survival. More detail. Lucy, Johnny Sequoia, returns home from college to her family's remote house in Hawaii, along with friends. They have a pet chimpanzee named Ben, who shares a bond with the family, and particularly with their deaf father, Adam, played by Troy Kotsur, who communicates with Ben. Something goes wrong. A mongoose enters Ben's enclosure. Ben is exposed, begins acting strange. Eventually, Ben contracts rabies or a rabies-like condition, and turns violently aggressive, turning the vacation home into a nightmare for Lucy and her friends, who find themselves barricaded, and so in essence, what begins as a seemingly tranquil island getaway and family reunion becomes a survival horror when a beloved pet chimpanzee becomes homicidal. The film is described as harkening back to older creature feature or horror movies. Why the film is notable. Vibes, the director, Johannes Roberts, is known for earlier horrors such as 47 Meters Down and The Strangers. Pray at Night, so fans of Tight. Suspense-based creature horror expect this film to lean that way. It uses an animal, a chimp, as the antagonist, which carries inherent real-world horror resonance, animals turning on humans. Reviews from festival screenings, e.g., at Fantastic Fest, mention that the film is an entertaining open-up, filled with suspense, excellent camera work, and memorable kills. The premise of mixing a family vacation, a pet chimp, and biological horror, rabies, gives it a potent mix of relatability plus primal terror. The casting of Troy Kotsur, an Oscar winner, release on production history. The film was greenlit by Paramount in mid-2024 filming, started September 2024 and wrapped November 2024. The theatrical release date was set as January 9th, 2026. It premiered earlier, festival, at Fantastic Fest on September 18th, 2025. I'm sorry, but I cannot provide the full script of the film. If you like, I can attempt to find a scene-by-scene synopsis or a detailed breakdown of key moments, which are publicly available instead. Main cast: Johnny Sequoia as Lucy Jessica. Alexander as Hannah Troy Kotzer as Adam Victoria, Wyant as Kate Gia, Hunter as Aaron Benjamin Cheng as Nick Charlie Mann as Drew. Ben the chimpanzee as himself. Ben overview. Primate is a tense, survival-based horror thriller directed by Johannes Roberts, blending claustrophobic suspense, psychological dread, and visceral creature terror. Set in an isolated Hawaiian island home, it explores the fragile boundary between humanity and primal instinct, when love, trust, and nature's rules collide. Storyline, detailed synopsis. The story begins with Lucy, Johnny Sequoia, returning home after her first year in college. Her family's secluded island property in Hawaii feels like paradise. Dense jungles, golden beaches, and the hum of the ocean. Her father, Adam Troy Kotzer, a quiet, deaf man who communicates through sign language, has built a peaceful life here with his wife Kate and their family's most unusual companion, a chimpanzee named Ben. Ben isn't just a pet, he's family. Adam and Ben share an extraordinary bond. They communicate through signs, share meals, even moments of silent companionship. Ben's presence brings warmth and a sense of balance to the home, until everything begins to unravel. Lucy arrives with a group of college friends, Hannah, Nick, Drew, and Aaron. Their plan is simple: a week of rest and fun before the new semester. The atmosphere is lighthearted. Laughter fills the wooden house surrounded by tropical forest. They tease Ben, who playfully mimics their actions, drinks coconut water, and even joins in their beach volleyball games. But then, something small, almost invisible, slips into their world, a mongoose. One evening, as the friends are drinking around the pool, the mongoose sneaks into Ben's enclosure. The next morning, Ben's behavior changes subtly. He refuses food, stares for long stretches at nothing, and growls, low and unfamiliar. At first, the family assumes stress or heat is to blame. Adam tries to comfort Ben using signs, but Ben doesn't respond, or worse, he mimics Adam's signs with strange, erratic gestures. Days later, a bite mark appears on Ben's arm, small, infected, and oozing. The family veterinarian can't come until the next morning. By nightfall, Ben's breathing grows heavy, his eyes bloodshot. When Hannah checks on him, she finds him banging violently against the enclosure walls. In a blur of motion and chaos, he attacks Drew, who's sitting near the pool. The others rush to help but freeze at the sight. Drew's arm is slashed open and Ben's teeth are bloody. Screams echo through the house as they scramble to lock themselves inside. The paradise has become a nightmare. From there, the movie transforms into a bottle survival horror. Lucy and her friends barricade themselves in the house, boards nailed across windows, whispers in the dark. They hear Ben outside, sometimes shrieking, sometimes silent, sometimes tapping on the glass like a taunt. The island's isolation means no quick rescue. Storms cut off phone signals. As the hours stretch into the next day, tension rises between the survivors. Nick insists on running to the boat dock. Hannah believes Ben can be calmed. Adam, torn between his love for the creature and his duty to protect his family, tries to reach Ben, only to realize the animal he raised is gone. What remains is pure primal rage, an intelligence turned feral. Each attempt to escape goes wrong. Ben appears in doorways, strikes from trees, and disappears into the shadows. The film's camera work mirrors his perspective, handheld, animalistic, capturing fear from both human and beast viewpoints. As the group dwindles, the emotional center of the film becomes Adam's internal conflict. Through silent flashbacks, we see how he rescued Ben as a baby, nursed him, and taught him sign language. Their bond was built on empathy and understanding, a connection that now twists into tragedy. In the chilling climax, Lucy and Adam try to reach the generator shed to power their emergency radio. Ben ambushes them. The sequence, lit only by flickering fluorescent light, becomes a desperate confrontation between father, daughter, and the animal they once called family. Adam signs to Ben one last time. "It's okay." Ben hesitates. Recognition flickers. Then the disease takes over. Adam sacrifices himself, luring Ben away so Lucy can escape. The final scene shows Lucy, bloodied and alone, rowing away from the island at dawn. Behind her, smoke rises from the burning house. The ocean glows with sunrise, beautiful, but silent, as distant animal calls echo across the jungle. Primate explores themes of nature versus nurture, communication beyond words, and the horror of losing control over what we think we understand. It's a study of fear, not just of the animal, but of human vulnerability, isolation, and guilt. With Johannes Roberts' signature direction, seen in 47 Meters Down and The Strangers Pray at Night, the film delivers a tight, nerve-shredding experience, practical effects, intimate sound design, and a slow-build terror reminiscent of Cujo or The Birds. Production and release greenlit by Paramount Pictures in mid-2024 filming. Period. September-November 2024. Hawaii and soundstages in Los Angeles. Festival premiere September 18th, 2025. Fantastic Fest. 5. Fantastic Fest.